G'day, it's me again, Rowan Kernebone from the Injured Workers Support Network, with another instalment of Your Questions Answered. This week, the main questions we've been getting is about work capacity decisions. We've had about 5 people call us or contact us to either review what they've put in or to ask us to assist them to write them. Now, work capacity decisions are quite lengthy and involved processes, and something that you really shouldn't have to do, but unfortunately, it's another one of those bad traps. So this one, I'll just give you some general advice. We've posted today an article written for us by Cherie Haywood from the CFMU, and thanks a lot to her for doing that, about how to go about writing the internal review. The merit review is quite similar. The final review is different. The one to WIRO is different. I'll talk a little bit about that later on, but this will be fairly short. So the first question we've been asked is, Rowan, can the Injured Worker Support Network help me to write it? And the simple answer and unfortunate answer to that is no, we can't help you to write it. We can't do the work for you unless you have no English, or you struggle greatly with English, or you've got a psychiatric disability or an intellectual disability. So they're the 3 groups who, above all other groups, are very much disadvantaged by writing these documents down. Now, that's unfortunate. We do those for those people, but not others. Basically because for the average length of time for me to take to do one is about 8 to 10 hours, and that's a huge amount of time off the plate for me. We hope to be able to do it in the future. And if we have anybody out there who'd like to volunteer to help others to do it, please contact me and I will help you to do that, because it's one of the most important areas that we have and one area that we can assist with if we had the resources. So, first thing first is you should get a notice, a letter or a phone call before any of this starts saying that they're doing a work capacity assessments and, giving you fair notice about the work capacity decision. If you don't receive that, please note it down, please jot it down, because that's a procedure. And when it comes to the WIRO report, they have to do that. I know the CIRA has recently changed the requirements, and we'll go into that later on in a online members meeting, I believe. But still report and write down exactly what they've done and what they haven't done as well. So if you haven't received a letter saying you've got a work capacity assessment going on, or you haven't received a notice or a phone call saying they're going to be making a work capacity decision, note that. Now, if you've had a notice saying they're going to do a work capacity assessment, but you don't receive a work capacity decision, don't let that swallow. It will stress you, but try not to let it stress you, because what it probably means is that everything stays the same. It's only when they change the decisions that they need to inform you. So if you're receiving, say, $500 a week, and will continue to receive $500 a week after the work capacity assessments, they don't need to tell you, the insurers don't need to tell you that that hasn't changed. It does cause stress. They should tell you, they should let you know by a letter saying we've carried out the work capacity decision and made the work capacity assessment and made the decision not to change anything, but they don't have to. It's problematic, but we all know this system is problematic, and we will try to change that as we go along. Now, today also, we've put down some information from the CFMU, Cherie Haywood, thank you very much publicly for doing that, about how to draft an internal review. Best thing to do is to follow that advice as much as you can and get it in. Don't ignore a work capacity assessment or a decision. You need to make an effort. When you do receive a work capacity assessment, you can put in further information. With all of this, don't do the insurer's work for them. Only report things that support your arguments. Don't put things in that support their argument. That's for them to do. According to the insurers, this is all a legal minefield anyway. This is all legal. So let's make it legal. Let's represent ourselves and not represent the insurer. So read the article that we've put online today, how to do an internal review, the first steps and everything else like that. Stick to the timeframes as well. You have 30 days to put in a internal review. You have definitely 30 days to put in a merit review, and you have 30 days to put in a procedural review, the one to WIRO. So stick to those. With the internal review, there is some leeway, but best to stick to it rather than try to get permission and go through the rigmarole of trying to get an extension of time. Um, on our website as well, we have the Workers' Compensation Handbook, which is being updated, and the information that we put on there today is part of that update. It gives you a very short guide to requesting a review of a work capacity decision. Very, very basic. But if you are struggling about where to put information, you can follow that. Apart from that, yes, you can send me through a completed work capacity appeal, and I will attempt to review that and get back to you with any advice that I can. You have to give me enough time to do that in. I can't do it in a day. I can't do the job that I want to do on it in a day. So yes, please send that as soon as you can, and get in touch with me as soon as you can as well. I'm more than happy to help out in that way to any of our members, any of our online members as well, but I need time to do it. And unfortunately, sometimes I will need, I will also need a time frame to do it in. So please try to give me a week to do it. If I don't get back to you within a week, get back to me and remind me about it. Usually it's just me reading it and saying, well, you've missed this, you've missed that, have you thought about this? Or there might be other ways of going about getting what you need out of it. So yeah, we can give advice, but the people that we do it for are people who don't speak English, or as English is not as good as it should be, and can't read English to a great extent. People with a psychiatric disability and people with an intellectual disability, we are happy to help them directly. And as our resources build over time, and hopefully over the next year, we'll be in a position to help. Now, the other question we have with work capacity decisions is more of a reflection when people have gone to their lawyers and asked them to do it. Lawyers can't do it. They can't be paid for it. Some lawyers do it. That's more out of the kindness of their hearts and part of the service they give to their clients. But they can't charge for it. So they do it free of charge. They do it pro bono. So that means a lot of lawyers don't do them. They might give you advice. Is that going to change? Well, we've had a review saying that should change. Lawyers should get some money for it, but we haven't seen any of the guidelines or anything from the regulator yet to say how that's going to change. So fingers crossed they'll do the right thing by injured workers, but we'll just have to wait and see. So again, thank you for your time. Good luck with your work capacity decisions. Let us know. If nothing else, let us know that you're doing one. Let us know how it goes. Okay, you can post online in your stories for that. You can send me an email as well. So at least there's somebody else knowing that you're going through this. Okay, now today I'm actually in Melbourne giving some training to Victoria Trades Hall, and tomorrow I'll be launching with Victoria Trades Hall and with our colleagues down there the Victorian Injured Workers Support Network, or they might call it something else, but they're doing it, and that's a great thing. So I'm going to be busy for today. This will come out at 12 o'clock. So we will be busy before 12 o'clock in the evening, and I'll be busy. But the great news, we're being joined by Victoria. So yeah, there you go. I'll see you next time.